Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sequel Show. I'm your host, Sequels Hater Nation. With me as always, Hank and Bruce. We're so excited to be here. Playoffs just around the corner. So much to talk about. I'd like to start with one of my favorite days of the year. Sometimes my worst day of the year. And that, of course, is the Ice Bowl. Now this year, Donkey and I have decided we're going to do the Ice Bowl Monday, December the 26th. We're going to get Donkey to jump in the lake. We're going to watch some Monday Night Football, eat some good food, drink some drinks. Now, for those of you who are new or have no idea what I'm talking about, the Ice Bowl is the loser between the matchup between Donkey and myself jumps into the lake in December. And for those of you thinking, well, why would you two idiots do such a stupid thing? I'd like to tell you a little bit about how the Ice Bowl began in a little segment that we like to call Know Your Sequel History.
Know Your Sequel History.
So for the start of this Ice Bowl, gotta take you back not that long ago to the year 2011. Donkey comes into the league. He's kind of new. I've been here for quite a while, and I'm having a bad time. I'm having a tough year. I'm about 0-8, 0-9. I end up going 0-10, but just down in the dumps, not having a good time. And this Donkey guy comes onto the thing and posts this video. And if you've never seen it, I think we have it for a year. We'll run the video.
Okay, boys, this week's Donkey Post is going to start with a little shout out to the boy Lalon. Hello down there! This week's Just Saying left Donkey a little inspired. So he wrote a poem for the artist formerly known as B-Dog. It's called The Winless Season, and it goes a little something like this. 0-1, 0-1, you must have forgot the bullets for your gun. 0-2, 0-2, every sequel team will certainly beat you. 0-3, 0-3, your Just Saying post can't compete with me. 0-4, 0-4, slap your girlfriend, call her a whore. 0-5, 0-5, your playoff hopes are barely alive. 0-6, 0-6, for fantasy wins, you'll have to suck dicks. 0-7, 0-7, your team's in hell, not fantasy heaven. 0-8, 0-8, your fantasy team will never be great. 0-9, 0-9, your fantasy team can't beat mine. 0-10, 0-10, better give your fantasy team to Jen. 0-11, 0-11, and you're still not over. 0-7, 0-12, 0-12, for the love of Sandra Bullock, turn off the shit valve. 0-13, 0-13, you poor bastard. That's the worst fantasy season I've ever seen. Donkey out.
It's for me, it's open.
So there's the Donkey rubbing some salt in the wound. I'm already feeling bad about myself, and here comes this guy doing this. I don't even know him that well. My goodness. So it was not very long after, I think maybe even that same weekend, I make the trip to Sarnia to watch football at the Krabby Joe's with the guys. And there I am, losing again. And who's sitting across from me? None other than that Donkey. And he keeps digging. And he keeps digging, and he's laughing it up. And I'm getting more and more frustrated. And I finally get to the point and I say, okay, here's the deal. I love the woman haters, always love the woman haters. I believe that any given week, I can win. You and I, Donk, we have a matchup in a couple weeks, and I will bet you anything you want. Your team versus my team. What do you got? Talked about it for who knows how long. A bunch of drinks. And finally I come up with this idea, and I have no idea where it came from. But basically, I looked at him and I said, okay, the loser of this matchup is going to jump into the lake in a Speedo in the winter. Pretty bold. That's pretty cold. And the donkey kind of looked at me, and I think he knew that we had it, we were onto something, but he looked at me and he said, and here I am throwing the hippos under the bus again. I don't know why I do this. But anyways, he looks at me and he says, well, I'm not allowed to make bets like this anymore. I've been told I gotta stop. So before I say okay, I gotta go talk to my guy and see if it's okay. And he's got to go talk to the hippo, who was in the same bar, but, you know, over shooting some pool or something. And I just looked at him like, all this talk, you've been chirping me for weeks. And then there it is, now you got to go ask your buddy. So I said, if you got to go ask him, it's on him too. You're both going in. I don't care. I'm so mad at this point. I'll throw the whole league in the damn lake. I don't give a crap. So Donkey goes over, talks to that guy, comes back, sits down. I'm still fuming. Sits down and says, fine, you're on. Okay, awesome. Hippos comes over. And he says, you know, you guys got your thing going on. How am I getting dragged into this? I told him the story. Your guy's hesitating here. He's asking you. You're in on it too. By the end of the night, the hippos ended up buying himself out of the ice bowl, which is fine. It was never about him. It was always about the donkey. And payment that I never received. But nobody cares. That was over. It was me and Donkey, and I thought, okay, we're going to do this ice bowl. That's what we ended up calling it. This is settled. This is going to be fun. But that didn't stop the donkey. He just kept going, and he kept going, and he kept digging. And finally, it just came to the point where I said, fine, you think you're so good. You're driving me crazy. Let's make this a life thing. Let's do this for life. And at that point, he didn't need anybody's help. He said, absolutely, we're going to do this every year. Our matchup, loser jumps in the lake for the rest of our lives. I ended up losing 80-42 and jumping in the lake. And it was awful, and it was cold. And the next year, same thing. I ended up finishing that year 2-12, by the way. I did win 2 games at the end of that season after going 0-10. 2 years after that, I beat the donkey twice. He beat me last year. I beat him again this year. We're all tied up, baby. If you've never been to one of these things, the ice bowl is great. Lots of drinks, the food. You got donkey pie. You got hater pops. We get drunk. We watch the donkey jump in that Buffalo Bills onesie, which is way too big. I mean, it's a sight that you gotta see, but nobody wants to see. It's a great time for all. I hope every one of you can make it. Again, Monday, December the 26th. We'll be right back.
Want to be in this league? This is the crap that we do.
Swear this is like it up.
Oh, that is nice. Donkey, that is sexy. You got to run with him a bit, Josh, because I won't have much. Here we go. I'm going no further. Oh! Oh! You gotta be kidding me! Oh man! My damsel! That's like.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for Brucey's matchup of the week.
Brucey's match of the week, yeah!
Oh my goodness. Playoffs, baby. Playoffs is all I can say. Brucey has his pick here. It's an absolute no-brainer. No thinking about this one. You gotta be watching the Hippos versus the Cockroach. Here's the situation. The Hippos 1 game up on the Bandits and Cobras. The Hippos wins, they're in. That's an automatic lock. They figure out that 8th seed. It's done. Here's the problem. Those cockroaches are no slumps. They're looking for that Betty Baumer trophy. They're looking to be the #1 point-scoring team in this league with the Roethlisberger and the Antonio Brown. There's going to be some fire coming out of this one. And it looks like if this is close, it could come down to the 2 Monday night guys. This is the one you got to watch. But, and here's what's the beauty thing about SEKL this time of year. If the Hippos were to lose to this cockroach team, you got the Bandit and the Cobras 1 game behind, almost tied with points. Also with the Hippo, only 18 points behind the Hippo. Here's the thing. Bandits and Cobras get to play each other. So the winner of this game, if the Hippos loses, if they can outscore the Hippos by 18 points, the winner of that matchup is in. If Hippos loses, the Bandits Cobra is the matchup of the week. Unbelievable. So exciting. This is what everything's about. Finally glad I'm not involved in one of these because as some of you may know, my life story is written around this Hippo Bandit Cobra saga going on. But here's what we got. Bruce, what do you like? Well, Bruce, we already know, took the Cobras to do not only make the playoffs to win a playoff game. He's going that way. I'm a Bandit guy. I've always been a Bandit guy. So that means, I guess, Hank Hippos? No, Hank does not take the Hippos. Nobody takes the Hippos. I guess it is what it is. Sorry, Hippos. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be watching this. This is the most exciting time. That Monday nighter could be a big thing. We'll be right back.
How was that for you, Doug?
Invigorating?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time now to let you go. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening. Enjoy the football. And as always, don't pick a kicker.